Have you ever heard of Tereza de Benguela? How could a woman enslaved in 18th century Brazil lead a rebellion that lasted over 20 years? What kind of courage and determination did it take to defy the brutal system of slavery? In today's video, we'll dive into the incredible story of Tereza de Benguela, a true symbol of resistance and leadership. Her legacy as the Queen of the Quilombo stands as a testament to the resilience of Black communities in colonial Brazil. Keep watching to discover her story, her struggle, and why she continues to inspire so many today. Welcome to the Wild Worlds Files. Please consider subscribing. It would help me a lot to keep uploading content. Thank you. Tereza de Benguela is becoming increasingly recognized in Brazilian history, largely thanks to Black movements and the commemoration of key figures on significant days, like the International Day of Afro-Latin, Afro-Caribbean, and Diaspora Women, celebrated on July 25th. Tereza's early life remains somewhat mysterious. Born in the 18th century, it's unclear whether she came from Africa or Brazil. However, what is known is that she lived near the Pantanal region in present-day Mato Grosso, Brazil, and spent part of her life in slavery. She was married to José Piojo, who led the Quilombo of Quariterê, a community formed by escaped slaves. Quilombos were refuges for those fleeing slavery, often hidden in forests and hard-to-reach places. These settlements developed complex social, economic, and political structures, some of which still exist today. When José Piojo was killed by Brazilian soldiers, Tereza took command of the community. For 2 decades, she led the Quilombo, which housed around 100 people of both African and indigenous descent. Under her leadership, the community thrived by cultivating crops like cotton, corn, beans, cassava, and bananas. They sold the surplus and made textiles from the cotton to sustain themselves. Tereza's leadership extended beyond agriculture. She organized a political and administrative system that functioned much like a parliament. This structure allowed the community to remain organized and resist external threats. The Quilombo's defense relied on weapons obtained through trade or theft, and Tereza's people even repurposed tools used against them into farming equipment through their blacksmithing skills. In 1770, Tereza's leadership came to a tragic end when forces led by bandeirantes, slave hunters, hired by the governor of Mato Grosso, invaded the Quilombo. Many residents were killed or imprisoned. While the exact circumstances of Tereza's death remain unclear, some say she may have taken her own life rather than face capture. Others believe she was imprisoned and died from grief and starvation, refusing to return to slavery. Her head was reportedly displayed in public as a warning to others who dared resist. Despite the brutality of her death, Tereza de Benguela remains a symbol of resistance against slavery in Brazil. Quilombola communities that resisted colonial slavery still exist, with many families continuing to live off the land and preserve their traditions. Tereza de Benguela's story is more than just a tale of survival. It's a story of leadership, strength, and resistance. For over 20 years, she led her community with ingenuity and determination, ensuring their survival against overwhelming odds. Her legacy is particularly honored on the International Day of Afro-Latin, Afro-Caribbean, and Diaspora Women, established by the United Nations in 1992. This day, celebrated on July 25th, aims to acknowledge and strengthen the unity of Black women from Latin America and the Caribbean in their fight against racism and sexism. The Palmares Foundation, a Brazilian government entity dedicated to promoting Afro-Brazilian culture, highlights Tereza's contributions as a symbol of strength for Black women throughout the Americas. Tereza's leadership and defiance against the oppressive system of slavery have made her a lasting symbol of resistance. Her story inspires not only the Afro-Brazilian community, but also Black women across the world who continue to fight for equality and recognition. As we reflect on Tereza's legacy, we ask, how do the stories of women like Tereza de Benguela shape our understanding of resistance? What can we learn from her courage and leadership today? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to the Wild Worlds Files for more incredible stories and adventures.